everyone, this is Lata Akula. Today I am going to explain another topic, that is bacterial reproduction. So we all know that there are two kinds of reproductions, that is sexual mode and asexual mode. Like all the other organisms, bacteria also follow two kinds of reproduction, that is asexual mode of reproduction and sexual mode of reproduction. If you see in asexual mode of reproduction, majority of the bacteria they undergo asexual mode of reproduction only. In asexual mode of reproduction, they follow binary fission. What is binary fission? Binary fission. One cell is divided into two. That is called binary fission is nothing but one bacterial cell is split into two cells. That is called as binary fission. Here one cell is divided into two cells divides into four divides into 8. Like this, in binary fission also, one cell is divided into two cells divides into 4 cells. Like that, they undergo rapid binary fission during favorable environmental conditions. Only during favorable conditions, the binary fission takes place. What is meant by favorable conditions? Because of the availability of nutrients, if there is a proper temperature conditions, not more than and not less than for their growth, optimum temperature is available, and there is a proper availability of moisture. If all these are present, if there is no antibiotics or chemical substances which kill the bacteria, they are not present in its surrounding. In that condition, a mature bacteria undergoes binary fission and divides and gives rise to two daughter cells. So in binary fission, this is the genetic material which is attached to the mesosome. The mesosomes are nothing but they are the enfoldings of the plasma membrane, which helps in the respiration process, and they also helps in the reproduction also. So during binary fission, this genetic material, the bacteria starts elongates. The size of the bacterial cell increases, and then the genetic materials replicates and along with the mesosomes, and later there is a formation of cross wall takes place and the cell division takes place. Lastly, the cell division, one cell is divided into two daughter cells takes place. If you take the example of E. coli, it is very important, you need to remember this. In the E. coli, for its binary fission, to complete its binary fission, it takes 20 minutes of time. 20 minutes of time will be enough for completing this binary fission process. In the 20 minutes time, first 18 minutes time is for the division, is for the DNA replication process, and the last 2 minutes time for the division of cells into two separate daughter cells. But the 18 minutes time only for the replication process, and the latter 2 minutes for cell division. Like this, by binary fission, one cell is divided into two daughter cells during favorable environmental condition. For example, if there is any adverse conditions or any unfavorable conditions occurs, then these bacterial cells, not all the bacterial cells, some of the bacterial cells, they form special structures called as endospores. Here endospore nothing but the spore is formed inside the cell, that is called as endospore. Here, for example, if the nutrients are absent, the temperature is very high, instead of moisture in its surroundings there is a dry climate conditions occurs, there are so many chemicals are present in the surroundings, then the bacteria will the vegetative bacteria is converted into endospore state. Some of the examples for the endospore forming bacteria are Clostridium and Bacillus. And the main examples for the endospore forming bacteria, not all the bacteria, they are not able to form the endospores. Only few bacteria can form these spores. If you see the structure of the endospore consists of a core, centrally located core. The core consists of genetic material like DNA, RNA, proteins, some stored food material are present within the core, and this core is surrounded by core wall. This is called core, and this core is surrounded by core wall, and again this core wall is surrounded by cortex. This cortex consists of peptidoglycan and calcium dipicolinic acid. These two are present in the cortex wall. So if you see, generally normal bacterial cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan, but in endospore the bacterial cell wall, the cortex consists of addition to the peptidoglycan, calcium dipicolinic acid is present. Because of the presence of this calcium dipicolinic acid, these endospores, they can resist adverse conditions like high temperatures, desiccation conditions, chemicals, radiation. So from all these, the bacteria was able to tolerate, the endospore is able to tolerate because of the presence of calcium dipicolinic acid. And these bacteria, they can also tolerate the temperature more than 100 degrees centigrade, and then minus 100 degrees centigrade temperature also they can tolerate. If you see the structure of the, after the completion of the cortex is again surrounded by spore coat, and this total structure was enclosed in a layer called as exosporium. And if you see, whenever there is normal conditions occurs, and one more thing, these endospores, they are also can tolerate pasteurization conditions whenever there is favorable conditions occurs, like there is a presence of nutrients, normal temperatures occurs, and if there is a moisture present around the endospore, then the endospore will absorb that water from the surrounding, and then all these layers will be burst, and the bacteria with cell wall will be released out. That the bacteria with cell wall will be released out, and that vegetative bacteria will undergo normal life like the normal bacteria, and it will undergoes binary fission and divides. Like normal bacteria, they can undergo binary fission and divide normally and leads its normal life. This is about sexual reproduction in bacteria. If we see the sexual reproduction, we know that most of the bacteria, they follow asexual reproduction. This sexual reproduction is not exactly a true sexual recombination here, because in eukaryotes, if you see, if we study about sexual reproduction, there is a formation of gametes and fusion of gametes takes place. But here in the sexual reproduction, there is no formation of gametes and there is no fusion of gametes takes place. Only exchange of genetic materials, genetic recombination takes place in the sexual recombination of the bacteria. There are three principles in the sexual recombination of the bacteria. There are transformation, conjugation and transduction are the three main principles. So these are all these three are related to very big experiments. In your future studies, you will study about all these experiments in your future classes. Now we will study them in briefly. Transformation. Transformation, the scientist called Griffith, he worked on the transformation principle. For this experiment, he has taken a bacteria called Diplococcus or Streptococcus pneumonia. By using this bacteria, he worked on transformation principle. Not only Griffith, later to the Griffith, there are three scientists like Avery, MacLeod and McCarthy. They have also worked on the transformation. In your future genetics lesson is there, no? In that you can study them all in the detailed way. Now, what is transformation is, if there are two bacteria are present, one is donor and the other one is recipient. The donor bacteria releases its genetic material. The released genetic material was taken up by the recipient bacteria. This capability of receiving genetic material from the solution is called as competence. What it is called? Competence. What is competence? The receiving genetic material from the solution by the recipient bacteria is called as competence. Later, this Avery, MacLeod and McCarthy, by using several enzymes, they proved the transformation principle is DNA. This is about transformation. Transformation means from one bacteria the genetic material was taken up by the other bacteria within the solution. Next, conjugation. Lederberg and Tatum in the year 1946, they worked on conjugation process. In this conjugation, it is mainly dependent on plasmid. Plasmids are nothing but these are extra chromosomal genetic materials present in some of the bacteria. So we know that the bacteria normally consists of a genetic material. In addition to this, in some bacteria they consist of extra chromosomal genetic material that can also replicate on its own, that will not dependent on the bacterial genetic material for its replication. So those are called as plasmids. Not all the bacteria consist of plasmids, only some of the bacteria they consist of plasmids. The bacteria which have the plasmids, they exhibit some special powers. So for example, if you take E. coli, this E. coli bacteria, it consists of F plasmid. What is the plasmid name? F plasmid. Here F means fertility factor. So this bacteria consists of F plasmid, which is nothing but fertility factor. The bacteria which contain F plasmid is called F plus. Here F plus means male. F plus represents male. And there is one more bacteria. This will not having any F plasmid. The bacteria which is not having F plasmid, we can call them as F minus bacteria. F minus means female. So from this F plus, what happens is, this is the bacteria. From this F plasmid, there is a protrusion occurs. This protrusion is nothing but a conjugation tube starts coming and it reaches to the F minus bacteria, and by using the conjugation tube, the F plus bacteria will join F minus bacteria, and then the conjugation, this is called as conjugation tube. This is called as conjugation tube, and through this conjugation tube, the plasmid, the F plus bacteria sends its replica to the F minus bacteria. The plasmid replicates, the replica is sent to the F minus bacteria. Here the F plus will not lose its F factor, only the replica is sent to the F minus bacteria. After getting that factor, this F minus also becomes F plus, and then finally the conjugation tube will be separated. This process of transfer of genetic material from one bacteria to another bacteria through conjugation tube is called as conjugation process. Now last one is transduction. Zender and Lederberg in the year 1952, these two people, they worked on transduction principle. Here transduction means transfer of genetic material from one bacteria to another bacteria through bacteriophage is called as transduction. So from one bacteria to another bacteria, the transfer of genetic material takes place by the bacteriophage. Here what is a bacteriophage is? It is nothing but a virus which infecting the bacteria. Some of the viruses, they infect bacteria. So the viruses which infect bacteria are called as bacteriophages. Some of the bacteriophages they helps in the transfer of genetic material from one bacteria to another bacteria. There are some other types also present in this. Later we will study them in detail. So for his transduction, Zender and Lederberg, they have used bacteria called Salmonella typhimurium, and by using this bacteria they have performed the transduction experiment. This is about sexual and asexual reproductions in bacteria. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.